Hi everyone, we're on to our third section of Unit 2, exponent laws. This is just an overview of exponent laws. In class, we're going to go into more depth, but this is just going to be your broad overview, kind of like a reminder after the fact of watching our class videos, or before if you want to brush up on it. Exponent laws is something that you definitely covered in chapter 5, I think, in algebra concepts. So this might be or serve as a review for some of you. Some of you might have forgotten, and that's okay too, because we got you covered here, kiddos. All right, before I even start this, let me do some kind of signs up here. So when we're talking exponents, you have a base, which is your big number. This is your base. So that's a big number. And an exponent is a tiny number there. I'm sure you know this, but just to be thorough, okay? So if I talk about base, I'm talking about the big number or the big variable. And when I talk about exponent, I'm talking about this little guy hanging out up there. All right, now let's jump into Unit 2. All of our laws are here. We start with 0 as an exponent. This is our easiest law. All you need to remember is that any number to the exponent of 0 is always 1. Okay, there's a very good reason behind this. It goes with our division rule for exponents. I'll show you why this works during class, okay? So any base to the variable 0, the answer is 1. Okay, so negative 5.9 to the 0 power, so decimals and negatives included here, is 1. 123 to the 0 power is 1. And even variables to the 0 power is 1. Okay. If you wanted to check any of my math, you could come over here, grab your calculator that I have the link to. Exponents, the very first one, that example was we have parenthesis negative 5.9 parenthesis to the 0 power, so let's do that. So here we have parenthesis, where's our negative? I wonder if I could just use this as a negative. Negative 5.9, close your parenthesis, and see this a to the b power? If you click that, it'll give you the option to put in an exponent. And you see right here, it is 1. Okay? So that was just checking out, making sure that you could do it on your calculator. You could always do these in your calculator. The only thing you can't put is x to the 0 power because you can't input a variable here. All right. Next, we have negative exponents. So you can't have a negative exponent. If you do have a negative exponent and it's in the numerator or the top of the fraction, you're going to want to bring it into the bottom of the fraction. So if you have like x to the negative 3 over y, you're going to want to take this and bring it down to the bottom. Similarly, if I just had x to the negative 3, this is considered the top of a fraction because technically we're over 1 here. Okay, so if you get a base to a negative exponent, you put it to the bottom of the fraction, change your negative exponent to a positive one, and there might be numbers here sometimes, and if there isn't, you're going to put a 1. Okay. Opposite, or conversely, if the number is in the denominator, the negative exponent is in the denominator or in the bottom, you're going to want to bring it up to the top. So you're going to take this and bring it up to the top. So you have 1 times x to the negative 3, or to the positive 3, I'm sorry, because once it's on the top, it goes positive. And 1 times anything, you know, is whatever that number is. So you're just flipping it and changing your exponent from a negative to a positive. So here's some examples. I have negative 6.8 to the 0 power. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay. And again, our calculator could be really handy. If you have a little bit of you forget its numbers, you have a calculator here. Use it. That was negative 6.8 to the 0 power. And it's 1. Okay. Our second example is negative 2 to the negative 3rd power. Now, this negative 2 is not our problem. The exponent, which is negative 3, is. So this we need to put in the bottom of a fraction. And once we do that, you keep this negative 2. Putting it to the bottom of the fraction doesn't change the sign of the base. It changes the sign of the exponent. So instead of being negative 3, it becomes positive 3. Okay. And you need a placeholder in the top of that fraction. If there's no numbers next to this, you're going to be putting a 1. Okay. Over here, you have 6 over x to the negative 6, y to the 8. The only problem that I see there is this x to the negative 6. All right. 6 is fine where it is in the top. Y to the 8 is fine where it is in the bottom. Okay. Both of these numbers have positive exponents. Even if you can't see it, the exponent here is 1. But this is a negative exponent on the bottom, so we have to move this to the top. So I'm going to put it up here next to 6. So this becomes 6x, and instead of negative 6, it's a positive 6. And that's all you have to do. Over here, we have a little bit of both, which is kind of neat. This is a problem here. This needs to go to the bottom. Okay. This is nice. 14 to the 0 power is 1. So I'm going to put this 10 to the negative 2 power on the bottom. And that makes it 10 to the positive 2. Give it the 1 in the top. Anything times 1 is itself. So I'm just going to rewrite this without that 1. And 10 to the 2nd power. If you don't know, that means 10 times 10. And if you don't know what 10 times 10 is, come over here. So 10 to the 2nd power, if it's the 2nd power, you could just hit that button, is 100. That's your answer. These two problems, since neither of them have variables, you could plug them into your calculator and get these answers. Oh, I forgot to do this one too. I didn't simplify this one. Negative 2 to the 3rd power in the bottom. So negative 2 to the 3rd power is negative 8. So we have negative 8. You could write it as that. You could write this as negative 1 over 8. And then you could also write it as negative 1 over 8. The negative could go with the bottom, out in front, or up top. And all of these numbers are equivalent to each other. They're all the same. Okay, so no matter how you write this, if you write it in any of these forms, you'd be correct. Our calculator could do this for us though, because there's no variable. So let's come over here and just put it in. So the original example asked us -2 to the -3rd power. And that gives us a decimal, but we are going to want it in fraction form. So just all you have to do is convert it to a fraction button. And that's exactly what we had. And there's our negative. They write it with the negative out in front, which is fine. They're equivalent. Okay, so that's what we got. Over here, 10 to the -2 times 14 to the 0. You can put that in our calculator. 10 to the -2. I'm going to space it over. You're going to have to hit that over button just to get out of the exponent. You want another base. Times 14 to the 0 power. You get a decimal. Again, we want it in fraction form, so all you have to do is hit that fraction button right there. And you get 1 over 100, which is exactly what we got here. All right. I'm going to show you the next couple of laws in a separate video. So exponent laws, part 1 is this. Tune into part 2 for the other